Why everything at the store keeps getting more expensive, or why your paycheck seems to disappear before the month is over? Well, the answer to both of these questions comes down to one word: economics. Don't worry, this video will break it all down for you. What is economics, and how does it actually work? We'll answer that and more in the simplest way possible. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of key economic concepts. And that means you'll be able to make more sense of things like the high inflation we saw in 2022. So, if you're ready, let's dive in and unpack how this complex system really works. Hey there, I'm the Finance Miner. Welcome to Financial Storm. In this video, we're diving deep into what economics really means, why it matters so much, and how it affects your everyday life. If you're looking to boost your financial literacy and build a solid understanding of economic concepts from the ground up, you're definitely in the right place. Economics is based on three basic questions. What will be produced? How will it be produced? For whom will it be produced? Whether you're running a small business or managing a giant country, you must seek answers to these questions. So, what is economics? It's the social science that explores how individuals, businesses, governments, and societies make choices about how to use limited resources to meet unlimited needs and wants. The economy, on the other hand, is the real-world system where people produce, exchange, distribute, and consume goods and services. It reflects how money flows, how businesses operate, how jobs are created, and how wealth is shared across society. The economy runs on three key things: production, consumption, and the flow of money. One person spends, another earns. Someone produces, someone else consumes. In the end, we're all part of the same circular system. Everyone plays a role. Let's break it down with a simple story. Lily finally fulfills her dream. She opens a cozy little cafe in a small town. To get started, she buys all her ingredients from Bob's local grocery store. One day, Joe, a content creator, visits the cafe, loves the vibe, and makes a short video about it. That video goes viral. Suddenly, Lily's cafe is packed with new customers. To keep up with demand, she starts buying more supplies from Bob. Business at the grocery store picks up. Seeing the buzz, Bob asks Joe to promote his store too. Joe creates special content for the market and shares it on social media. And just like that, products, services, and money start flowing through the town. What a story, right? Economics isn't just theory, it's everyday life. This simple example shows how closely entrepreneurship and the economy are connected. Every small action, every local effort becomes part of a much bigger economic system. And when those pieces work together, the whole community benefits. Feeling good so far? Awesome. Let's dig a little deeper. Economics is divided into two main branches. Microeconomics is when you're trying to choose the cheapest product at the store. It's about individual choices. Macroeconomics looks at the big picture, like economic growth, inflation, and unemployment. So, what exactly is the economic cycle? Let's break it down with a simple diagram. It starts with production, goods and services being created. That leads to income, as people get paid for their work. Then comes consumption, spending that income on goods and services. Some of that money goes into savings and investments. Next, we have the financial system, which channels that money into businesses and projects. The government also plays a role through spending and public services. Then there's international trade, exports and imports that connect us to the global economy. All of this affects inflation or deflation, and ultimately, unemployment levels. And just like that, the cycle loops back to the beginning, starting over again, constantly in motion. Essentially, it's the economy, a system shaped by human behavior, revolving around three main forces: productivity growth, the short-term debt cycle, the long-term debt cycle. Now, pause the video and ask yourself this: is your income growing faster than your debt? It's a great question to reflect on. If you've dropped your answer in the comments, let's keep going. The basic building blocks of any economy are transactions. Buying a coffee, paying rent, making an investment, they're all transactions. In each of these, money or credit is exchanged for goods or services. And listening to the news, you've surely come across a phrase: markets. Here, all transactions come together and form markets: cars, real estate, the stock market. So, what exactly is credit? Credit is basically invisible money. It's the same force that can make the economy boom or cause it to crash. Credit allows people and businesses to borrow and spend, which helps the economy grow in the short term. But if debt keeps rising while incomes fall behind, the system starts to strain. Eventually, those debts become unpayable, and that's when the risk of an economic crisis hits. So credit is like dancing on the edge of a cliff, or better yet, credit is a balloon, and a balloon that keeps inflating will eventually burst. And don't forget, if economics is a game, the biggest player on the field is the state, and it has two powerful arms: The central government, it collects taxes and spends money. The central bank, it prints money and sets interest rates. When the economy is expanding, everyone's happy. Spending rises, prices go up. But that's when inflation starts to kick in. Inflation means the purchasing power of money drops. In other words, with the same amount of money, you can buy fewer goods and services than before. So what happens? The central bank steps on the brakes. It raises interest rates. And the result? Borrowing slows down. Spending decreases. Incomes fall. Prices drop. This is called a recession. Then, the central bank lowers interest rates again, and the economy starts to recover. And this cycle, it repeats every 5 to 8 years. Each short cycle adds more debt to the system, but at some point, more debt stops being the solution and becomes the problem. That's when the collapse begins. Incomes fall short, property values drop, banks start failing, unemployment rises. The Great Depression of 1929, the crisis of 2008, they're all different versions of the same scenario. So we've answered the question, how does an economic crisis happen? Okay, maybe this question popped into your mind. Is there a way to avoid an economic crisis? The answer is yes. But it's all about striking the right balance. Let's look at the 4 main ways out. Reduce spending, erase debt, redistribute wealth, print money. But beware, too much money printing leads to inflation. Too much austerity causes economic stagnation. The healthiest approach? Use all 4 methods in balance. Countries that get this right are the ones that return to growth. There are 3 golden rules for both individuals and governments. Debt should not grow faster than income. Income should not grow faster than productivity. Productivity should be constantly increased. Productivity is the foundation of sustainable growth. Credit is temporary, but productivity is permanent. So, how does the economic system work? Money and credit are exchanged for goods or services. When the volume of credit grows, spending increases, and the economy expands. But when interest rates rise, credit decreases, and the economy contracts. Excessive borrowing leads to a crisis. After the crisis, interest rates are cut, and growth begins again. And this cycle, it repeats every 5 to 8 years. So in fact, people spend on credit. Incomes rise. As incomes rise, borrowing surges, the bubble grows. But when the debt burden gets too heavy, collapse begins. Unemployment and bankruptcies follow. Then the central bank prints money, and the cycle starts all over again. So why is this mechanism critical for you? Because if you have credit card debt, interest rate hikes will hit you hard. Your retirement investment depends on debt cycles. Your business relies on economic expansion. What do economists say? Adam Smith, individual interests contribute to social welfare in a free market. Karl Marx, capitalism is based on exploitation. Class struggle is inevitable. Keynes, state intervention is necessary during economic crises. Friedman, the main cause of inflation is an increase in the money supply. Schumpeter, innovative entrepreneurs drive economic development through creative destruction. Ricardo, countries should trade based on comparative advantage. Amartya Sen, development is about expanding the freedom and capabilities of individuals. Umar Chopra, economic justice should be grounded in moral values and social welfare. In conclusion, economics is a system that tries to balance unlimited needs with limited resources. It seeks answers to the questions: what will be produced? How will it be produced? And for whom will it be produced? If you want to answer these questions consciously, keep learning. That's all from Financial Storm. If you enjoyed this tutorial with Finance Minor, until next time, keep learning, questioning, and digging for answers. See ya!